story. We all have a tale. Well, there's a place I've come to know well, led by a man named Sty. He's full of stories, he is quite a guy. Sit around the campfire and hear him tell his tale. Some may be able to relate to him quite well. We're all just people looking for a place to go. Well, Sty has made one, and it is quite a show. Come meet Sty, he's quite the guy. If you're feeling lonely, come and make a friend. If you need a story, on Sty you can depend. His voice is soothing like a lullaby. Sometimes he brings a tear to my eye. Sit around the campfire and hear him tell his tale. Some may be able to relate to him quite well. We're all just people looking for a place to go. Well, Sty has made one, and it is quite a show. Come meet Sty, he's quite the guy.
Well, hi, folks. Hey, good evening. Welcome to Around the Campfire. Hey, it's great to see y'all. It's great to see y'all. I was starting to wonder. Well, the intro was playing. I was watching the chat, and there was nobody in the chat except for one. And now they're starting to pop up in there. I got to give you folks a shout. You folks that are out there chatting. First one up there was Joe W. Life Adventures. Joey, good to see you, bud. Hey. And there's Tim, Kirk Whipper, Voyager Center. Awesome. Love you, Tim. Hey, check this out. Mussolini. Good evening. It's great to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, it's great. There's Metal Music Maniac. What he's got to say. There's a fly buzzing around you, Sty. Quick, grab your chopsticks and go get them. Yeah, Karate Kid. I ain't. Hey, and look at here. Chowser. Foxit Outdoors is in the house. Yep, I'm a fat guy. It takes me a bit to get around, LOL. Yeah. There's Bradley Whitworth. Hey, awesome. I'm here for an update on my old brother. I'll give you guys an update. Yeah, I'll give you an update. Might as well give it to you right off from the get-go. Get it out from under my belt. I'm waiting for someone to show up in the basement. The update. Well, I'll tell you, yesterday was a busy day for me. I did a lot of work yesterday. I was outdoors for 5.5 hours working. Yeah, I'm kind of tired today. Tired. But then I also spent 2 hours on the phone. Well, on a video conference. The dates for my surgery and all of that end stuff is carved in stone. Carved in stone. Hey, Justin Anderson. Great to see you. Love having you stopping in here. So, yeah, it's carved in stone. They worked it all out. On July 24th, I travel from here. 5-hour trip to Rochester, Minnesota. And Oh, I see Freeman James just popped in the house. That's what I like when I'm doing around the campfires. I can interrupt myself. It's not like doing a side story when I see people popping in. It's good to see you, James. Oh, yeah. Yeah, good. James is here. He can get an update. That's my brother-in-law. He can update my sis if she's not watching. But so they carved everything in stone, and on the 24th, I make that trip to Rochester. Spend the night in a hotel. They're working with me, which is pretty sweet. The Mayo Clinic is working with me. The Mayo Clinic hospital system is working with me. They got me a beautiful, awesome hotel room at an awesome hotel. It's got all kinds of. I wish I was going there healthy because they got a lot of amenities. I mean, it's a sweet hotel. The really sweet part of it is it's only a couple blocks away from the Mayo Clinic and the hospital. Hey, scrapping together in the house. Great to see you there, bud. Hands ruined. Haven't seen you in a bit. Hi, all. Some days of holiday. So then we can stay up for some more hours than usual. Agree. Yeah. No kidding. So I get there on the 24th. I spend the night in the hotel. The morning of the 25th, I have to show up at the Mayo Clinic, and they got to give me the COVID test, and then they got to do, there's a breathing test they got to do with me, pulmonary stuff. And then they do some blood work on me. Hey, David Jones, good to see ya. All's well today. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. After all those tests, I go back to the hotel, spend another night, go back on the 26th. They do up some more blood work. There's some other dang tests. I don't even know what the heck that one is. And then they put me through a PET scan, which is where they do a radioactive contrast. And what that does is it identifies any cancer in your body whatsoever. And that PET scan, the first one I had was from my chin to just below my knees. This one's from the top of my head to the bottom of my feet, the whole body. And what they do is they look to see if the cancer has traveled at all, if it has moved throughout my body. There's going to be some iffiness as to whether they do the surgery or not. So on the 26th, they will be doing that PET scan. The doctor will review it, the results. And that night, this is what really caught me off guard, is that night of the 26th at 8 p.m. or anytime thereafter, they gave me a number I need to call, and that will tell me what time I'm to arrive at the hospital the following day to go through pre-op and go into surgery on the 27th. So that's the day of the knife, is the 27th of July. Bradley says, if it's that nice, you should rent that hotel just until everything is done. Or can you? Actually, they've got it for me for the 24th, 25th, and 26th. I'll be going into the hospital for the surgery on the 27th. I'll be there for a minimum of a week in the hospital. When I leave the hospital and they discharge me, my daughter will be bringing me directly home, take that 5-hour trip back home here. So I'll get 3 nights at the hotel. At least I'll be comfortable. I won't be eating for 24 hours from about 10 o'clock in the morning on the 26th on. I'm not allowed to eat anything. I can drink all the water I want, clear water. And that's it. Yeah, Bradley. Yeah, he says he'd come and visit. Yeah, during my recovery. My surgeon did tell me today that he says, let friends and family know, other than maybe 1 or 2 individuals, not at the same time, that you're not going to be up to guests, visitors, until probably that following Saturday. The surgery will happen on a Wednesday. And he said, you probably won't want a single guest until that Saturday or maybe that Sunday. So, and if that's true, then I'm only going to be in there for 3 or 4 days after that. So yeah, I get it. He said it's going to be a tough recovery. So he said, be prepared, But my discharge, if everything goes according to plan, which we're hoping, my discharge should be on August 3rd or the 4th. He said, however, be prepared because they've had several cases that have taken up to 2 weeks before they're discharged from the hospital. He says it all depends on how well your surgery goes and that there's no complications during that first week. He said, because we're not going to send you home if there's any risk sending you home. When we send you home, we want to know that you're getting enough nutrition, enough fluids, you're mobile enough to take basic care of yourself. You can get up, go to the restroom, come back, and you can change your own clothes. You can do the basics by yourself. He says you won't be standing in a kitchen preparing foods or anything. And the guy, she said, I'm showing up and you're going to like it. You ain't driving all the way to Rochester, buddy. You ain't doing it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You come down there, visit my miserable old ass down there in Rochester. Love you, brother, but don't do that to yourself. But I'm trying to keep a real positive attitude. To me, this whole cancer journey it's been rough a few times. It's been pretty damn rough a few times. But what I'm walking into in 2 weeks, that's what's got me a little apprehensive. Hey, Running Water. Hey, buddy, there's my son right there. There's my man. There's my man. Yeah. I got some news for him, too. I'm glad he's watching. Yeah, Bradley says the keep people will bring you fast food. No, you wouldn't. They wouldn't even let you in my room with it. Because part of the procedure on the 27th, they'll put me through pre-op, put me in the operating room. First thing they do takes them approximately 2 hours. And that's, they're going to put in me a J tube, a feeding tube, because I will be eating liquids for 6 to 8 weeks. Feeding myself externally through a tube, nothing through the mouth for the first 4 to 6 weeks at all. And then it's going to be nothing but liquids for a couple of weeks. Then progresses up to more solids. The rolling through the garage door. Okay, you got a 14-inch pizza. Oh, no. A 4-foot pizza. Stand it on end and roll her in the house, right? Yeah, Metal Music says, pizza through the IV bag. I can do that. See, that's the thing, too, as we talked about that today, is what's this liquid diet going to be, you know? They call it formula, just like baby formula. And right away I go, oh, I suppose the shelves are empty of that shit, too, you know? I ain't a baby, but is my formula going to be available? And the doctor kind of chuckled about that. He said, no. He says, it's not something you can buy off a store shelf. He said, with what they're doing with me, they don't want me home prepping anything for tube feeding. Nothing home prepped. They said, we'll provide your diet. It'll be shipped right to your house. It'll be delivered to your house. You'll have about a 2-week advance supply, and it'll be resupplied with that 2-week window constantly so that you always have all the nutrition you'll need. And we're going to control your diet. Okay. So the biggest problem I had is my transportation to Rochester, Minnesota. The only transportation I have is my grandson. Now, he's just going to be turning 18. He's 17. Yeah, oh, Bradley. Oh, somebody caught it. Okay, I was trying, but the you gonna buy up all the formula? Yeah. Oh, yeah, just buy it all, eh? Yeah. Nope, they guaranteed me that it'll all be there. It'll be there. But this kid's gonna come drive all the way up here. It's about a 4-hour drive for him to get up here, and it's just shy of 5 hours from here to Rochester to the clinic. So he's driving up here, turning right around, hauling my butt down to Rochester. Well, to make his life easier, I wanted to figure out where's there a motel or hotel close enough by he can drop me off to. And, oh, Anthony Bressler, great to see you, Anthony. Hey. And so I get a hold of the Mayo Clinic, and I told them, I said, can you help me out? I said, I'm looking. You guys, the town of Rochester, for God's sakes, dang near has as many hotels and motels in it as the city of Minneapolis, for God's sakes. They've got 60 hotels and motels just within city limits, and then all these out around the perimeter. And it's because of that Mayo Clinic, they said, that so many of the patients that go to the Mayo Clinic, and they come from all around the world, need lodging. So they got all these hotels and motels everywhere. And the Mayo Clinic, every hotel and motel in that city honors any patient with the Mayo Clinic, gives them a Mayo Clinic discount, and it's considerable. The hotel I'm staying in that the Mayo Clinic helped me arrange for. Now, tomorrow I make the firm reservations with the hotel. But that hotel, the room I'm getting is typically $185 a night, right? Plus tax. all the taxes and stuff, plus that on top of it. So you're looking at $200 plus. Well, because of the Mayo Clinic, it's going to cost me just shy of $150 a night for this luxury freaking hotel, beautiful rooms, man. Just shy of $150 a night, all taxes and fees and everything included, plus free on-demand limo service back and forth to all my appointments. On demand. They said, you just pick your phone up, say, I'll be down in the lobby in 10 minutes. I need a ride to such and such because the Mayo Clinic actually has 30 buildings in its campus. And they do tests and things in all these different buildings and stuff. And the hotel said, no, our drivers know every building and every service that each building provides. You just tell them where you need to go and what your appointment time is. They'll be waiting for you at the front door and they'll take you right there and back. No cost to you. No cost. Okay. They said, plus you get the free breakfast. They said, but for our Mayo Clinic clientele, they get like an exclusive layout of breakfast. It's not the simple continental. It's a more full breakfast, menu-based breakfast at no cost. And hey, Gulf Coast, Scrappers in the house, check that out. Hey, great to see you. Mystic Bunny, there's a sweetheart for you. Love seeing you, Jan. Love it, love it. I feel bad for you and John having to work so hard all summer. And I saw your post about the garden, and I totally understood. Yeah, Anthony, it is a good savings. It is. And they told me that because I'll be checking out, because I'll be going to the hospital for the surgery on the 27th. So the night of the 26th will be my last night in the hotel. They said, we don't care what the checkout time is. If you need to go and come back and not go back to the hospital till late in the day or whatever, they said, don't worry about it. As far as we're concerned, if you are out of the room by 8 p.m. on the 27th, we won't charge you for the 27th. Well, that's cool. I mean, that's pretty awesome. So they worked with me so well today to help me out, you know. It ain't going to be cheap. It's going to be about $450 for lodging, and it's going to be another $150 in fuel costs for my grandson to drive all the way up here and turn around and drive me all the way back down there. Then he's got to turn around and drive all the way back to his house, which is another hour. So I'm going to slip him $150. So it'll cost me about $600. And my boy, Running Water, God bless him, I asked him today, I said, hey, pal, I hate to do this. I hate to even ask, but can I skip the rent this month? And I'll make it up in August and September, because I won't have those high costs in August and September. And I can make up for July in those 2 months. And he said, well, yeah, of course. And by the way, I still got the last couple months of your rent still sitting in my account. If you need more, let me know and I'll kick it your way. Yeah. No. He just give me a reprieve for a month on the rent. I got it covered. So it's going to be, because the rent's not going to be a hell of a lot of costs after this trip. These things, smokes. After my live stream Sunday night, during my live stream Sunday night, and afterwards, I'm going to be smoking like a chimney. because the big plan is starting Monday morning. Sty's done smoking for the rest of his life. Cold turkey. So if you got them, smoke them. And I got just enough to get me through Sunday night. If I got any left at the end of the night Sunday, I'll just stay the hell up and smoke them until they're gone. Because I don't want any in the house with me for the first couple of days of cold turkey. After the first couple of days, it shouldn't be a problem. But hey, look at here. There's Nick. Oh, it's so good to see you. Let the fun begin. There you go. So, one thing that most folks that have been following the channel know, through this whole cancer journey, every treatment, everything I've done has just been whittling away at my stamina, my energy levels, and it made me so dang sick. Well, now I can eat what I want. Night before last, I fixed a pizza. Well, I ate the first half of that pizza. Probably took me a half hour. So I ate that first half pizza. Well, then I was stuffed. Well, then I waited till about 10 o'clock that night and I ate the other half. Well, I can eat whatever I want now. I weaned myself off of the opiates. They had me on 2 opiates, fentanyl and morphine. I weaned myself off of that, and I feel good. I have, once in a great while, a little bit of a pinching kind of pain in my esophagus, but otherwise doing very well. Hey, Robert Rockwell, it's great to see you out there. Hi. So I can eat, and I do. And for the last 5 days, I've hit the 3,000 calorie mark every day, right? Well, they want me to put some weight on because I had gotten down to 142.9 pounds. So you just call it 143 pounds, right? And they said, you can't lose another pound, not another pound. If you do, we're putting you in surgery right now just to put that feeding tube in, and we're going to get your weight stabilized and get it to grow a little bit. They said, so you can't lose another pound. If you maintain, don't like it, but we'll be okay with it. They said, but you can't lose. Gain is what we really want to see. Well, a week ago, 5 days ago, I was at 143 pounds. I'm very happy to say that as of yesterday, I'm 150 pounds. I weighed 150 pounds this morning. So I've gained 7 pounds. That shows I'm eating. So what did I do yesterday? Because I've been eating so much, my stamina is starting to build back up and my ambition is coming back. So we got a riding lawnmower, right? Craftsman GT 5000 riding lawnmower with a bum front tire. I can mow about 5-10 minutes and it's flat. Gotta fill it up. Figured it out. Bad valve stem in it, right? Well, I just don't have the strength, let alone the tools readily available to repair it myself, right? So I thought, no big deal. I'll just pull it off, take it down to the local lawn and garden place we got here. They do tires. I'll have them do the tire. Then I was smart. I called them. I said, hey, I got this tire off this Craftsman tractor. Will you fix that tire for me? Oh, we can fix tires, yeah. I said, give me an estimate what that's going to run me. And they said, oh, yeah, we know that right offhand. I said, well, how much? They said, well, it's going to cost $32 plus tax. Well, so $35. Easy. I said, $35, all you got to do it. You got to pop it off the rim, put a valve stem in it, pop it back up. They said, yeah, that's what we charge. So, okay, I'll get back to you. Well, I went over to our L&M Fleet Supply, and I'm wandering around the store. I wanted to get a paint can opener, one that's got a bend on it with a hook type lid opener on it, because you can use that to pull the grease caps off of those wheels so easily using one of those. So I just wanted one of those. I wandered in the store. I knew they gave them away. I was making it look like I was shopping, but that's all I wanted was a free paint can opener. Well, I'm just nosing around. I'm walking around back at their lawn and garden department, and lo and behold, right there on the shelf is a brand new tire and rim, brand new, that fits our Craftsman, right? Brand new. All I got to do is mount it and air it up tight, $47. So for $10 more, I got a brand spanking new tire. It's got a warranty on it. So yeah, there's Sty walking around with a tire under his arm. So I bought a tire for the tractor. So I get home and I'm going to put that tire on the tractor because I'm going to have to mow this lawn at least once before I go to the hospital, because then it's going to be 2 to 4 weeks. They said after I get discharged, before they're going to want me on a ride on the tractor. Okay, so I get home, going to put that tire on. Well, I had to walk past our brand new wood splitter we got. And I had moved a bunch of old cut wood we had that's been laying around here for a couple of years. I had to move that. I stacked that against the shed by the wood splitter and figured maybe after I recover in October, I'll be able to split all that wood up. No, yesterday I saw that splitter sitting there and I saw that pile of wood and I grabbed my GoPros and hauled them out there with tripods and set them all up. And I did a demo review on our wood splitter. And I ended up splitting all the wood that we had bucked up, Got a lot more wood out there to buck up. I'm thinking, well, it depends on the weather. Next Monday, I'm going to pull the chainsaw out, buck up a bunch more wood, and get back to splitting. Boy, does that splitter work like $1 million. Oh, I love it. Oh, it's electric. It's a 5-ton splitter. I was splitting wood. I am not kidding. That one piece measured out just shy of 23 inches around. And it split it like cutting butter. I couldn't believe that splitter could handle that. And it's electric, man. I just plug it in the side of the house and off I go splitting wood. So guess what I did all yesterday afternoon? I split wood. Never did get the tire on the tractor. That's what I'm going to do tomorrow. Putting the tire on the tractor. Then I got to run into town and get myself 5 gallons of gas for the rider, because I'm down to a half a tank, and be all set to mow the lawn again. So it's pretty sweet that I got that much done yesterday. Like I said, 5.5 hours, man. I worked outdoors yesterday. Plus I had that almost 2.5 hour morning call with the Mayo Clinic. And then I could have saved that call with the call I had with them today. I could have taken care of all that stuff today. But it's been quite interesting the last couple of days. All this energy and feeling that much better which that's what I need when I head to Rochester, is to feel good going in that place, because they're going to make me feel bad. Excuse me. Tickle. But I'll tell you, I haven't had any dang ambition for a couple months. Well, since March. You figure March, April, May, June, 4 months that I have been able to do very little. Haven't had any ambition, and I lost so dang much weight. Now, the doctor does not think that I will be seeing my old weight, 220, right around 220. He doesn't believe I'll get up to that again, ever. He said, you might get up between 165 and 185. I don't see you going over 185 from this day forward, because my whole diet has to change even after recovery. I'll be eating 5 to 6 small meals per day, each meal approximately 8 ounces. And it's because I virtually won't have much of a stomach. More than, they're removing 20% of my stomach. So that's almost a quarter of it. And then they're taking half of my stomach and extending that up through the diaphragm and reattaching it to the esophagus. So I'll only have about a fourth of my stomach. So I can't eat a lot of food. There's no room for it. So I have to eat, but I do need to keep my weight up, keep the calorie count up. So I will be eating the same amount of food, but I'll be eating all day long. So that ought to be interesting. I don't know what Nick is saying here, but he sent me a message saying if I need to put weight on. It's, oh geez, yeah, yeah, a whole hog on the spit would definitely help. David Jones, he says, I see trim beard and you lost weight. You okay, sir? No. Are you unaware, David? Back late March, I was diagnosed with stage 3 esophageal cancer. My esophagus, right at where it connects to the stomach, I've got a pretty good area that's just full of cancer. And I went through all the cancer treatments, and I didn't trim my beard. The chemotherapy and the radiation thinned it out. It's not falling out anymore. That I like. I can yank on it, and nothing comes out. Where the tail end of my treatments, man, if I did that, I had a handful. It looked like I was holding a dead cat, Yeah, Nick, I'll get that sent to you. But I appreciate your concern, but no worries. They gave me a good prognosis. After I go through my surgery here at the end of the month, I got about close to 2 months of recovery. But after that, they said my chances of having that cancer happen again, is very minimal. They feel they'll give me another 5 to 20 years lifespan with what they're doing for me. No, I'm good with that. Very good with that. That's a sentence I'll take. 5 to 20. I'm 65 years old. That means I don't have to worry about it so much if I look at it that way, because that would mean I'd be 70 to 85 years old before I got to worry about the end of my road, you know. Hey, Quint, it's great to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, when they first diagnosed me and they told me, they said, "Hey, we got bad news for you, pal." I said, "What's that?" I said, "Well, I need to hear it." They said, don't be shy. Don't ever keep anything from me. Just tell me the way it is." And they told me flat out, they said, "This is very serious." In a 10-month period, I lost 80 pounds because of the cancer. I couldn't swallow. I couldn't eat. I was drinking soups and not much. I was getting about 600 calories a day. And yeah, you guys giving me the old grief on the smoking. Don't worry about it. After next Monday, I can for this will be for Cheesehead Chris out there. Every time he brings up smoking after Monday. But I'll tell you, you know, this is a journey I don't want nobody else to take. And my whole life I've been one where it's nothing I couldn't stand less than someone that smoked for years and then quit, and then all of a sudden they're on this podium and they're preaching to everybody about how the smoking's going to kill you and blah blah blah. You gotta quit. You gotta quit. And I keep trying to tell them, you know, you chose to quit. They chose not to. We each have the choice. If you're willing to pay the price at the end. I smoked for 53 years. So don't preach to me about quitting. If preaching to me about quitting would have worked, it should have happened about 50 years ago. It's too late now. So will I be preachy about smoking? No. But I will recommend to people, hey, man, don't start the habit. If you don't have it, don't start it. And if you can find a way, yeah, maybe you should consider quitting. I'm not going to expect them to. Hey, look at here. Hey, Nick. Hello, Nick.
Yeah, right, Sty, how are you, bud? Hello, Sty.
Hello. Yeah, as of today, I'm doing quite well. Yeah.
Oh, nice one, nice one.
That, you know, and that's what counts is today, because I might feel like shit tomorrow, but I don't know that I'll feel that way. So I'm going to take advantage of feeling good today, man. Yeah, damn right.
Who's telling you to quit smoking?
What's that?
Who's telling you to quit smoking?
Yeah. She took long enough.
Who's telling you to do that?
Well, as of Monday, there'll be no more smokes. I'll look forward.
You go for it.
I'll look forward to that, actually, because that'll give me an extra $50 every week and a half. You know.
Yeah, I think I'll quit smoking as well.
Yeah. Well, I quit at least once a day. You know, when I go to bed, and then when I wake up, I start again. You know, but so I've been smoking and not smoking my whole life. You know, so I think you figure you sleep about a third of your life. So 30% of the time, I don't smoke at all. Yeah. Yeah. I haven't quite figured out how I can smoke while I'm sleeping.
Oh, quite easy. Set fire to your house and then go to sleep.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Oh, boy. Yeah. Mystic Bunny.
No,
God, good days. Yeah.
Yeah, were you saying that you need to put on weight?
Yeah.
Well, when you feel a lot better, you come over to the UK and I'll take you for a breakfast.
Oh, yeah. No shit. I tell you what.
You buy the food and I'll eat it. Oh, and that goes for the beer as well.
See, that's the thing. They told me, they said, well, if you go out to eat, they said, you might as well tell them when you order the food to bring you a to-go container too, because they said you're only going to be able to eat about a fourth of what they put on that plate. You're going to take the rest of that home with you and eat it throughout the day, you know. I said, well, that's a bummer, you know, if you got to eat breakfast all damn day long. And
my mom does that all the time.
Well, when I was growing up, we had breakfast for supper, you know. I mean, you eat breakfast anytime and all the time, you know, it don't matter. Eggs and bacon and sausages and hash browns and all that good stuff. You can eat
black
that.
Pudding.
What's that?
Black pudding.
Oh yeah, black pudding. Yeah. You know a Brit when they bring up black pudding for breakfast. And that's old school. That goes back hundreds upon hundreds of years, man. That's and that's the only place that I'm aware of in the world is the British Isles that actually were black pudding.
Finland does it?
Do they?
Yeah, they give it to the kid. They call it. We call it black pudding, but other countries actually call it blood pudding.
Oh, okay.
It's just the same. Other countries do have it, but they call it different names.
See, and it's something that I never experienced here in the U.S., except that old business associate of mine from England, he'd travel over here and do business with us. And he'd fix us breakfast once in a while when he was here. And he always prepped black pudding for us for breakfast. And I told him, well, why the hell can't we get it here? You know, I can't go in a restaurant and order that. Nobody knows what the hell I'm talking about, you know? And he said, you can
get it in America.
What's that?
You can get it in America.
Not unless you got an Englishman that's living over here, you know. You got to know the right people, be in the right community. That's why I was kind of surprised.
Give me a minute, I'll go find it.
Oh, running water. Oh my gosh, I can see him. Hey.
There we go.
There you go. Yes.
God, running water, you look like shit, mate.
I feel like it.
Do you feel that you've been just scraped off the boot? Yeah. Yeah, running water. I had a blast with that splitter yesterday, man.
Did that arm thing go up?
And I ain't doing nothing with it till you get home. That son of a bitch weighs as much as the tripod. And yes. It's huge. And the mounts on it are all, I don't know what size they are, but they're not the same as, say, your standard base. Like this base is off of that tripod,
Right.
this base. And it's got the standard camera mount on it. The screws, the mounts on that bar are all for commercial heavy ass cameras. I mean, they're as big around as my little finger, and that adapter kit you have.
Yeah.
It don't work because we'll have to get some washers because they're too small in diameter. They go down through the slot, and the camera just wobbly out. It's huge. I screwed one of those adapters on, screwed the camera on, and I'm going, oh, look at that camera. Just give it a poof. And the camera run. Because I'm not kidding you, man. That thing is freaking huge. You would not want to walk past that tripod if that thing's mounted at forehead level and forget it's there, because it'll knock you right on your ass. That thing is heavy. But I tell you what, I got it leaning up against the wall by my TV there. Somebody tries breaking in here, I'm not grabbing the gun. I'm just going to beat him with that thing. Screw him right up. Oh, he weighs my... I'm only here for Bean. And Bean's all crashed out back there. Yeah. Mike, I watched your video today with everything you're taking to the yard, man. You got a lot of barrels out there. And then all the stuff you're going to still pull out of the garage and the basement, man. You got a heck of a load on your hands there. He's a working fool. But yeah, yesterday I got all set up. I used both tripods, my bigger black one, and then that big commercial job you bought, and had them both set up. And I had moved all the wood up against the side of the shed, and it's not that much that was bucked up, but I thought, I'm just going to split enough to do the video. I got the video done. It took 20 minutes of video to make the video, but I got the video done and shut everything down. Next thing I know, I even had to ask myself, what the hell are you doing? I'm right back there, and I split it all. I just kept splitting and split. That's
therapeutic.
That splitter is sweet. And I tell you what, the physical effort involved in it is so minimal. I mean, if you can pick it up and put it on it, that's it. That's all the physical labor you got involved. Otherwise, it's just handling it, There's no work. I grabbed the split maul because we got one great big bugger sitting out there. And I took 5 swings at that sucker before it even, where I could hear it crack. And that took more energy, those 5 swings, than splitting all of the wood with the electric splitter. I never expected that splitter to have the power that one's got. Boy, I had one piece after I was done filming. I wish I would have had the camera going. That sucker popped, and that piece bounced off the shed on the one side. The other piece landed underneath the hammock next to the house, which is about 12, 13 feet from the splitter. And it's like, holy God, do not stand in front of this thing or on the sides. This thing will get you, man. But I got a nice big pile of split firewood there. And I'm going to put those fence posts. I grabbed that pallet that was leaning against the shed, set it over by the fire pit, closer to the fire pit. And I'm going to put those steel posts at the ends of the pallet and just stack that stuff up about 4 or 5 feet high. You stack that wood up in the... Just make a wood rack right there at the fire pit. And then
if we take and put some chunks of those pool noodles on top of those steaks, and you put a tarp over the whole thing.
Yeah. No problem. Yeah. Yep, you betcha. You betcha.
Did you say E-Way Mike was here?
Yeah,
Huh?
what?
E-Way Mike, you're a fat arsehole.
Yeah. Only on the Sty North channel.
I hope when he's lifting them barrels off his pickup, they fall on top of him. You fat get.
I was ready to scrap my truck. Call up Mike, Well, because, my truck, I had, that issue with the blowout that was next to me, and it tore out all my air lines. Well, they didn't get the parts for that until Tuesday. Well, Tuesday, I was going to be heading out in the yard truck, of the extra truck. They just used to move stuff around the plant. I turned on the ACU in there, to get the AC going and stuff, got stuff thrown in there. Take my truck down and walk back, it's about a mile back up to the plant. Get up there, still hot in the truck. There's no AC in that truck.
Oh, geez.
I was like, there's no way in hell I'm going anywhere in this thing. Especially when I'm going to have to spend the night in it.
Yeah.
When, and it was like 102 degrees out, and it's like,
No way.
Call around, and they got me lined up at the motel room. And Dean and I sat down at the motel for the night and waited for this truck to get finished.
Uh-huh.
So.
Hey, look at what I got. I got this in the mail yesterday.
Oh.
It's it's a water bottle. It's for cold liquid. It's not for hot. Because it's not double.
Formula?
It's my formula. Yeah. Pour that. Well, yeah, actually, I just have to extend the tube, right? I have one coming out the top. But this was at the post office. I went and checked my mail, my Sty North PO, and it says I have a package. Well, I get up to the counter and they give me the package. I never know what I'm getting in that mailbox, from folks. And it didn't say nothing about StreamYard on the outside of the box. I got home here, opened it up, and it's that water bottle. Well, I was pretty happy. I won that on StreamYard 3 months ago.
Oh.
And literally, right after the stream that I won that on, I sent them my mail-in address and information, blah, blah, blah. Never saw it for 3 months, so it kind of...
Forgot about it?
I totally forgot about it. I know after about a month or so, I was starting to think, hey, them buggers, they ain't going to send it to me. And so I forgot about it. So I'm looking at that, and then I thought, I'm looking at the box. Well, it was shipped on June 8th. So it was shipped 2 months after I won it. And it took a month for it to get here. And I was like, holy God. They better keep selling and shipping stuffed animal ducks. Don't go with real ducks. That some bitch will never survive the trip. Not 3 months. So that's cool. That won't get any damn use until about 4 weeks after my surgery, but yeah, I got it.
Well, everything goes well. You should be back to normal before eggnog season.
Before what?
Before eggnog season.
Oh yeah, that I'm already thinking about that now. Thanksgivings, my last 2 Thanksgivings were frozen turkey dinners, because I don't do that no more, man. I did that for 38 years. cooking the huge Thanksgiving dinner every year for 38 years now. Yeah, I go buy a TV dinner with all that stuff in it. But Christmas is a whole nother story. I want to make lefse. I want to make Christmas cookies, Christmas breads. I want to have a Christmas dinner. Get a turkey breast and roast that and all the typical family fixings. But being that I can only eat about 8 ounces at a time, I'll be eating Christmas dinner all the way from Christmas Eve till New Year's Eve, for Christ's sake, because it'll take me forever to eat all that up, But I'm good with it. I can sit there and eat that stuff all day long. Your sister brought me this huge stick of moose summer sausage.
Ooh.
Yeah. Acquaintance of hers down there by Eau Claire processes wild game. And she said that when that's done, let her know when that's gone, and he'll get her a nice big stick of elk sausage for me. And I told her I'm not even eating it. I put it in the freezer, man.
Right.
I'm saving that till I totally recover, because I can slice up that big stick and just sit there snack on that shit all day long, man. You bet. And that's nice and fatty. That'll give me some weight, because he mixes it with, he adds fat to it, suet to it. Hey, Lawn Dog, good to see ya. I be here, he says. Hands ruined. Oh, I have a habanero lager, some chocolate, vacation, and you guys on the TV. Perfect day ending before bedtime. Yeah, cheers to you too, Ansrun. That's great. Lone Dog saying, well, TV dinners these days are pretty high quality compared to what they originally were in the 50s and 60s, maybe even the 70s. The scientists have really worked hard on the creations. Yeah, they're not the same. Not the same. And in fact, when I was a kid growing up, in the early 60s, and we're getting TV dinners, my mother saved the tins, they were all aluminum pans, She saved all of them. She had a big ass stack of those in the cupboard all the time. We liked the TV dinners she made in those aluminum trays versus what came in it, because she'd wash them up and then she'd take our leftovers and she'd make TV dinners out of our leftovers and put aluminum foil over the tops of them and stick them in the freezer, And as kids, you come home and say, hey, can I have a TV dinner? Help yourself. There's freezers full of them. Yeah. Homemade ones. Yeah. And I tell you what, her chicken in that TV dinner was a hell of a lot better than Swanson's.
Well, I'll have to get some of those containers like I got for the ex. After she had her gastric sleeve done, she was on that mini diet like 5 days a week, but had the little meal prep containers for the freezer.
Yeah.
So.
I've got
make up the Christmas meal, and you can make up a whole bunch of pre-packed dinners.
I got 2 big stacks of containers just for that purpose sitting in the kitchen. Yeah. Lawn Dog, with the price of meat these days, a lot of hunters cleaning their guns, man. We're doing a little extra hunting this year. Lawn Dog says the same thing. Yeah, his grandma saved the aluminum TV trays also, refilled them with real food and put them in the freezer. Yeah. Hey, Jay Ron, you know who that is, don't you, Ron Water? Family member from Iowa. Just think of the Jay
okay.
and Ron, That's you got a couple of sisters,
Yeah.
It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Yeah, J-Ron, just for a quick update, I'm going to compress it real quick. My dates are carved in stone, so if you and the family can keep me in your prayers. I travel on the 24th for Rochester, Minnesota. On the 25th, I got a bunch of tests I got to go through. On the 26th, I go through my PET scan and then another couple of tests. And if all is in order, I'll find out that evening on the 26th what time on the 27th they're going to do pre-op and put me into the operating room. So on the 27th, good Lord willing, that's when I go in and get that shit cut out of me. I get that cancer cut out of me. It's going to be a hard road to hoe, but I tell you what, I'm ready. I just want to get this over with, man. I just want it. I want done with it. I want to be able to look down the road and say, I don't have 3, 5, 10 appointments a week that I have to go to and get poked, prodded, and half my blood taken. I just want to see that day come back. Yeah. Now, okay, so you're going to get home most likely Wednesday.
Yeah. I'll be delivering up in Sturgeon Bay Wednesday
Right.
morning.
And then you're going to pull out on the 19th or 20th, something like that?
Yeah, I think it's the 20th or 21st.
20th or 21st. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. That'll work out good, man. We get to spend a week together before I have to head down there. Yeah, you'll be going out on the road just like 2-3 days before I head down to Rochester. Yeah. I was amazed at how the Mayo Clinic was able to. I mean, this gal that I was working with, she gave me a list of 9 preferred hotels. All of those hotels, their rates were all $160 to $230 a night.
Right.
Unless you're a Mayo Clinic, which they were $101 to $130 a night before taxes. I couldn't believe it. And the one she kept telling me about, this one that I picked, they ought to give her a bonus, man, because she was really selling the place. And she said, well, she handles about 20 to 30 patients a day, setting up travel arrangements, lodging, all of that. And she said that one hotel that I picked, she said, has never had any negative rating on it, ever. It's always been 5-star on it. Always been 5-star on that hotel. She said the others, you get a few that'll say 3-star or 2-star, many that'll say 4 or 5. It's all over. But she said this particular hotel has never had anything less than a 5-star rating from her patients. And she said, I probably had a good 250 patients go through that hotel already. And she said, oh, they'll treat you like royalty there. She said they'll take really good care of you. She said the shuttle service not only is free to any appointment I have, she said, and it's nice because we're going to give you a hotline number. You just, when you're done with your appointment, fast dial, tell them, yeah, I'm at such and such. Can you pick me up out front? And they'll be there in 5 minutes to pick you up. She said, so it's both directions. She said, plus if in the middle of the night, she said, if you absolutely need something, you call the front desk and they'll see when they pop you up on their screen, they'll see that you're a Mayo patient. They'll get you shuttle. They'll get you shuttle, take you wherever you got to go. They said they'll take you grocery shopping. If you want to go to one of the malls and just wander around the mall, they'll take you there. She said they'll take you wherever you want to go within the city limits of Rochester. Now, Rochester has freaking changed, man.
Yeah.
Back in the 70s, when I first started driving over the road, I used to deliver crap in Rochester. And it was just kind of a big, small town, you know?
Right.
Just
not anymore.
Just a country kind of big, small town. It was kind of like Ashland, actually.
Right.
Back then. Not anymore. Yeah, no.
No, there's a bypass for us truckers now that we go around it.
When you go down 63, there's a bypass that shoots you out on 52 to get you away from going downtown. They don't want you downtown with no big trucks.
No.
And I was looking at the pictures of the town, and I'm going, they got this all screwed up. That's Minneapolis. That can't be Rochester. No, it is. It's Rochester. But it looks like Minneapolis. It's cleaner. It's a lot cleaner. But the thing is the biggest industries there, of course, is the Mayo. 30 freaking big buildings in that town strictly for the Mayo system. And that's their clinics, their two hospitals that the Mayo operates, one for St. Mary's and one for Methodist something or other. And then they have all of these different treatment type facilities and all of these clinics. The Mayo will let you walk in off the street and make an appointment, man. They've got 7 clinics within a dozen blocks of the main Mayo Clinic. I mean, the place is huge.
Yeah, that's what one of the places Allie was looking at for her residency for her.
Right. And it's
MD.
tough. It's tough to get just to go to get into their education system.
Right.
Only 3.5% acceptance rate. That's all. Only 3.5% of the people that apply ever get in the door. That's how much they're in demand. They said it's not because they're picky. It's because that's how much they're in demand. Everybody wants to be educated and go through internships with the Mayo. And, I can see why. They're rated again for, what's it been? 20 years now. This is the 21st year, I believe it said. They've been rated again as the world's top hospital.
Well, and it was their Minneapolis St. Paul branch that took care of me in '86.
Yep. That was the pediatric unit, and I mean, and the thing is,
that was so odd when I was there because like almost all the kids that were there were all cancer kids.
Yeah. And and the thing is, and I don't think people truly understand it unless you're actually working with their system. Other than Cleveland, they're the top cardio hospital in the world for heart. Transplants, #1 in the world. It's not just cancer. And that's what you think of when you hear Mayo. Right away you go, oh, kids with cancer especially. Mayo and St. Jude's, kids with cancer. No. I mean, Mayo is so extreme on everything. And they've got huge clinics all over the country. The one down in Florida. I was watching this interview today, and this guy was asking, am I better off just going all the way to Rochester, or is it just as good to go to the Florida Mayo Clinic? And you know what Mayo told him? If it says Mayo on it, you are in Rochester. They don't care where in the world it is, but if it says Mayo on it, you are in Rochester. And I thought, that's cool. That's cool. They're saying none of them are any better than the other. They're all us. You know, that, yeah, I like that. That's,
well, and they're in the running now for overtaking, you know, or outrunning John Hopkins when it comes to research.
Yeah, their research has gone insane. I get, this is no shit, Run of Water. I get at least 3 times a week, I get these informational emails and from the Mayo, and they're all requests to participate in research. Can we look at your genealogy? Can we look at your your whole cancer treatment from beginning to end and document it all and share it with other researchers? Can we do this? Can we do that? They even give you a whole list of basically test treatments for my type of cancer. And so I looked into that, and because what if they say I can't have my surgery? You know, if they say that it's spread and you can't have your surgery, where do I go from there? Well, the surgeon, he's done. He's out of the picture then. And he made that clear. If you're non-operable, I'm out of the picture. And that's, all I can tell you is, unless you can find something else, then you just go home and bide your time. He's honest about it, you know? Well, the thing is I looking into it today. Oh my God. There's all kinds of stuff out there it's still in the testing stage, but it's leading edge stuff. I mean, so anybody out there that's battling cancer, if you can get your hands on a Mayo Clinic and work through them, I think you're upping your odds of beating it. You're going to up your odds of beating it, because these people, man, they got it figured out. As the best, you know, and they're very honest with you. If you ask them to be honest with you, they will be. I mean, they'll just tell you the way it is. Yeah, Mystic Bunny's saying they're ranked high for lupus. Yeah. In fact, my ex-mother-in-law, she was involved in a couple of studies with lupus through the Mayo. So, yeah, they're so leading edge. They're so leading edge. It's amazing. Like my surgeon, Dr. Shen, he's a thoracic surgeon. He does nothing but esophagus, windpipes, that kind of stuff, you know. That's all he does. That's his field. He's in demand worldwide. There's people coming from all over the damn world to Rochester, Minnesota to have this guy do their surgery. He is so on under demand that I don't know. Does the guy ever sleep? You know, I don't know why he picked my case. And the way he put it to me the very first time I met him was, I saw your case and I looked at all of your imaging and everything. And he said, us surgeons, we really like winners once in a while. He said, I think yours is going to be a winner. He said, so I had to nab it up. He said, because I think we can get this squared away for you. And then I find out how accredited this guy is. And I'm like, holy shit. What's he charge an hour? $5,000? Probably. Look out, Medicare. Oh, yeah. Mystic Bunny's grandma went through the Mayo in the 80s for her lupus. Yeah. And I remember back in the 70s, like I was saying, Rochester, it had the Mayo Clinic, and it had at that time St. Mary's Hospital, and they were associated, and that was it. One clinic, one big clinic. The Mayo was a big clinic even back then, but it was nothing compared to their campus today. That's one thing that surprised me. I found out today that there's 30 buildings that the Mayo operates. And all those properties together come up to 17 city blocks. All right. 17 of the city blocks in that big town are owned by the Mayo. Every one of those 17 blocks, you don't get caught lighting a cigarette. The Mayo, as they said, that is a top 3 violation in their clinical system is you using tobacco on their property. Indoors, outdoors, it don't matter. If you're on the property they own, you would better not smoke, and the fines are real hefty. And the city of Rochester passed by city ordinance that those properties are smoke-free.
Right.
So it's not the clinic that's going to write you the ticket. It's city cops are going to write you the ticket. You're going to pay it. You're going to pay it. And yeah, it's pretty freaking.
We had we put up a building out there. It ended up being the maintenance building for their crews to maintain all the other buildings.
Oh, but,
yeah. And it was like, I think it's like 6 or 7 loads.
Uh-huh.
Big building that's going up. And I was supposed to be the first load to go in. And on the dispatch, it just said Mayo Clinic in Rochester. And they're like, well, and I was like, okay, where? And they're like, well, you can look it up. And, it's on Google Maps. I'm like, no, you don't understand.
No, all these locations.
It's like you realize you're talking about 5 square miles of clinic.
Yeah, you need the street
address
and the actual physical address, because you can't just say Mayo in that town.
Well,
I wonder.
I needed the routing that we're allowed
to get into it. Yeah, that's right. And that's one thing I did notice. And that poor kid, Owen, he's got to take me down there. Him and his fiance. Well, it'll be his wife at the time. They're getting married real soon here, but they got to drive me down there. And I got a gut feeling. I'll see what he says. If the ride goes okay, if I can't manage the ride well enough, we get to city limits, close to city limits, I'm going to tell him, pull it on over, let me drive us to the hotel. And you spend the next 15, 20 minutes getting there, paying close attention where we're going. Because you're going to just turn right around and come out exactly the way I came in. I looked, and that gal from the clinic helped me. She knows her streets in that town, boy. And it's going to be slick getting in there, because she knew exactly how to get to that hotel. We're only going to take 3 routes in, 3 different streets in, but it misses all the one-ways. So that kids doesn't have to mess with any of the one-ways, because that city's got one-ways, big one-ways running through it. Some of them are six lane. Some of them are 6-lane one-ways. I mean, huge. Right out front of the Mayo Clinic, it's 4 lanes plus a pullover lane on either side, and big pull-in entrances to all of the Mayo facilities. Hell, you drive down there, how are you going to know which one's the main door? Which one do I go in? And that's where that gal told me, she said, "You've never been to the Mayo Clinic, huh?" I said, "The main clinic? I drove by it back in 1976. She goes, "Oh, no." She said, "Don't worry about it." She says, "We'll get you a hotel that's got good shuttle, take you right to the front door. You get out, you walk in, there's an information desk. You tell them what you're there, show them your appointment, and they'll send you right to the right spot." And I said, "That's good." I could just, I'm thinking, boy, it'd be just a nightmare if I had to drive down there on my own and try to figure where stuff was. Their parking ramps, they got parking ramps everywhere, all over the damn place. And yeah, that it looks real nice and neat. And, you know, it's Rochester does a good job taking care of their town, you know. I think of all the riots and crap that went on there in Minnesota, Rochester not taking any kind of hit. Thank God. That town would not deserve it. I mean,
well, we had a guy that drove with us that had to go to Mayo for Campfire. And afterwards, you know, he was talking about the clinic. You know, he's out of Alabama.
Uh-huh.
You know, and flew up into Chicago and then got the short flight to Minneapolis.
Oh yeah.
And then got, you know, rented a car and went down to Mayo and did the whole Mayo thing. And he's like, you know, I have a real hard time. I don't know which was harder, O'Hare or Mayo.
Yeah. You know, and that's one thing I noticed with the Mayo is once you really start looking at their Mayo system and the buildings and where things are located, it does make logical sense the way they've got it set up. Because the Mayo Clinic itself, all the doctors, the exam rooms, they say approximately 60% of their testing facilities are in the clinic itself. Now, like my very first appointment, where did I put those? Oh, yeah. Okay. 2 days, 7 appointments, and a big instruction sheet with every one of them. The very first one I got to go to says the Mayo building, which is the clinic main building, 6th floor, desk 6, west wing. Okay. Do you have escorts? Somebody going to show me how to get there from here? Come to find out, yes, they do.
Yeah.
You go to any, and they're well identified, any Mayo employee in any waiting area near any information desk, and you say, I need to get to this spot. They will, the minute you tell them you need to get there, they're not allowed to tell you how to get there. They are required to take you there. So I said, it's sounding sweeter and sweeter, man, because this is a country dog in the city going to get his ass bit, you know, but not if these folks are that attuned to what a person needs. Hey, Running Water, everybody out there, don't anybody go anywhere. This only takes 52 seconds. I have to shout out my channel members. They're great, great people. And it only takes 52 seconds. Don't anybody go anywhere. Hang tight. That's a great bunches of people there. Hey, guess what? I had chicken teriyaki rice for lunch today. That was pretty good. That was 480 calories. And it wasn't a very big bowl, but it's 480 calories. Okay. So I got a pretty good jump start right now for the night. I always fall behind on Thursday and Sundays, you know. But guess what I'm having after the stringing? Well, one thing I'm having myself almost a pound of garlic buttered shrimp. I got them marinating in that garlic butter as we speak. And all I got to do is, I'm not sure if I'm going to broil them or if I'm going to say, what the hell, it's not raining out. I might go fire up the grill and throw them on the Barbie, you know.
I did.
I still haven't cooked anything on the Barbie. The other day I wanted one of my burgers, multi-cheese burgers, so bad. Got everything prepped ready, heading out, fire up the grill. I know one of them got out there and didn't even touch the lid, and it starts fucking raining. And it rained, and it rained, and it rained. And I said, son of a bitch, I'm starving. I want to eat. So, yeah, I cooked that burger up in the frying pan instead. And I ate. Yeah, it's a big burger, too. Yeah, it's a third pound. It's not a half pound, but I loaded it all up. I put extra American and Swiss on it, and lettuce and tomato, a bunch of mayo, and that wasn't quite doing it well. Your brother left some horseradish sauce in the fridge, and I saw that. That's what your Grandma Betty always ate. And I grabbed
that's my sauce. So I'm the one that gets that.
Oh, because I know your brother gets it too.
Oh.
Because when I lived with him, he always had a jar or two in his fridge. That's why I assumed it was his.
You never had any when I was there.
Because obviously you had it, so he was using yours. Just like your Mountain Dew, you know. What's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine.
That's four things that I almost always have. I like to have on hand. I like that creamy sauce for sandwiches. I like the raw horseradish for like adding the ground beef and stuff when you're browning it.
Right.
The minced garlic.
Yep.
And then my big jug of Sweet Baby Ray's.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I gotta have
those four things. I can make anything.
See, I'm a horseradish fan, man, but because of the esophagus issues with the esophagus, I've stayed away from it ever since that. But I saw the creamy horseradish, and I thought, I love that on my burgers, man. So I grabbed that and I squirted a little on the burger, and it was just the right amount that I got that little bit of bite from it, but it didn't upset my stomach or the esophagus at all. But I sat there and I ate that burger, and I calculated the calories off of it and calculated the calories off of the potato salad I had with it. 1,100 calories. And I ate that whole damn burger and all that potato salad without a single incident. That is a first in over a year. And I sure the hell wish I could have had another one that same night, but I was out of room. There was no room left in me. But so I'm getting braver and braver on the meats and the more solid things I got to chew up, a lot. What the heck? What's Lundog saying here? Creamy type hot sauces, I think, are fantastic, but there's not too many of them. But the ones that I have had, I purchased many bottles of. There you go, yeah. And John, Adventures in the Heartlands here, and Yeah, Adventures in the Heartlands here, and John pops this up here, and I forgot. Yeah, Mystic Bunny's his much better half, but he said, "Hi, sweetheart." Well, I hope the hell he ain't calling me sweetheart. John, John, I love you, brother, but I don't know about the sweetheart part. You know. Slow at work tonight, Mystic Bunny? Ooh, yeah. Enjoy it while you can. the
Yeah, I do the bad thing for your stream, you know, because I'm in what's it, Poland, West Virginia. That's by Weirton. It's out middle of nowhere. But you know, decided I was going to take a break here because I can't deliver till tomorrow anyway. Back it's been cleared, and I'm going to be taking a reset while I'm there. This one up in Michigan.
Nick's back. Nick's back.
But right here, you know, they got like a nice big staging area. Oh, wow. Nice. I'm gonna put that in my pocket, save it for later.
Here's a double barrel. There, give you a double barrel. There.
But right here behind us, there's the Sheep gas station. I don't know if you know or familiar with the Sheep. They're kind of like the Walla Wallas.
Yeah.
But they've got, you know, the hot prep food and, you know, burgers and all that stuff.
Right.
But it's all touch screen, so it's like, yeah, add this and add that. It's like I got this tray of fries. I'm like, yeah, put chili on there and some cheddar cheese and shredded cheese and olives and salt.
Yeah. Build your own, man. Build your own. Love it.
There's like more toppings than there was fries.
Yeah. That's one thing I could really handle is some cheesy fries, man. With bacon and shit. Oh, okay. Anyway, hey, I got a question, Running Water. Because I saw your message. Yeah, look at that. Get that off of my screen.
Cheese curds. Yeah.
All right. Now I'm thinking back, and I remember reading your message and stuff about the mini bike. Okay.
Yeah.
Now.
Oh shit!
Why won't they let you get an off-street motorcycle?
Well, I couldn't do it online. I need to do it in person.
Why? Because I've done boats. I've done an ATV. Well, actually, I did 3 ATVs, all online, and all I had were bills of sale for these things. I didn't even have receipts. I didn't have a proper receipt. I didn't even know the owner's name on the one ATV.
Right. Yeah. I don't know why it was giving me a hard. Well, what it was is it couldn't verify my identification.
What? Why not? Because they would use your credit card or your driver's license.
Yeah, it's my Wisconsin driver's license, which is the same driver's license number I got back when I was a teenager. Because when I came back to the state, I just got my old number back.
Yeah,
that was a long time ago.
I've had the same number for over 50 years, for Christ's sake.
Right.
But,
Yeah. The online thing couldn't recognize it, and I called up their support number, and they're like, "Well, you just need to come into one of the offices if the online can't do it." I'm like, "Okay."
Well,
right.
but where's there a DNR office close to Ashland?
I don't know.
Park Falls? That's the only one I can think of. Because I was hoping that we could get that thing tagged, because when I recover, I want to ride that thing down that trail, man. Because I talked to some of the locals, and I caught this one guy, and
like 62 miles.
He said, "Well, yeah, but the way I see it is I'll strap a little 2-gallon gas can on it."
I already ordered something for it.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
But
They're two little
but-
jerry
but-
cans that tuck to the side. Yeah.
Okay, but what I want to be able to do is just ride the trail from Sanborn Avenue all the way to Iron River and back, because that trail borders a couple really nice lakes on the way over to Iron River. Awesome spots to stop and have a picnic, kick back. And this fall, when it's nice and cool and the leaves are changing, I'd love to take that mini bike off down the Iron River. And we'll have to take a look this fall. We don't have to do it this time of year home, but this fall we'll take a look. I've been looking online and how the guys, they basically you disable the governor on it.
Yeah. Well, the first thing is there's the governor stop or the throttle stop.
Right.
A little peg. You bend that back and you get like another 7 miles per hour on it.
Yeah, no, it puts you up to about 36 to 38 because it's rated for 28 to 30 governed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you're going to add about 6 to 7 miles to
Yeah.
that, and that's fast enough on that little bastard. But
Right.
but I figure I can run the Iron River on it, top off the fuel there, stop at A&W and have me a root beer float and a Papa Burger, and I could ride the some bitch back, and I could do it all in about a 3-hour ride.
Yeah.
It'd be so freaking awesome.
Mount the GoPro.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right to the handlebar. Here we go. I see you bought a helmet.
Yeah.
The only reason I know is the box says helmet on it.
Yes. Yeah. It's like a German.
Really? Seriously?
Yeah. German style.
That'll be fun.
Helmet. Yeah. Figured that's good enough for that little bike.
Oh yeah, you ain't gonna get. I mean, you could hurt yourself just as bad on a bicycle.
Well, and I ordered the fuel can. They got a mount, and then it's like the hole in the middle of the can that has like a lock-in deal. They're like little jerry cans, and they're like 1.3 gallons each. I was going to put one on each side.
They're those thin buggers.
Yeah, like you put.
And they just sit on either side. Yeah.
Because what I was thinking is, I want to take it, fill up the tank, and have those cans full. I want to run it out until it's out.
Well, that's what I want
to get, and then top it off and be able to get back home. And how far can I get on a tank again?
Right. See, and I thought of that too. I thought, well, I'll just go through Iron River and then beyond, heading towards Maple until the primary tank runs out.
Yeah.
And once I know where that's at, then the extra gas I take with me will get me back to Iron River with no problem to top it all off, And yeah. Hey, Owen. Good to see you, bud. I'm going to be talking to your mother tomorrow. And then she'll be talking to you about getting me to Rochester, buddy.
Hey,
seeing
Sty.
you, their grandson. Yes, sir.
Do you know where you getting this motorbike up and running? Yeah.
Yeah, it's up and running.
Yeah, but why don't you just tell the truth? You only want to go to the lake, so you got all the nurses that you chatted up when you were in the hospital. You want to take them to the lake, give them a picnic, champagne, and then you want to rag the rear end off them.
Oh, sure. Hey, today, my appointment, spending about an hour and a half with the surgeon and the medical staff down there. 2 of them gals, they're committed, they said. They said no ifs, ands, or buts. The doctor, the surgeon said, well, you people finish your conversation and I'll see you when you get to Rochester. I said, okay, bye. Me and those 2 gals chatted for another half hour, 45 minutes. They want to know everything about the Chequamegon National Forest where I hosted the campground, blah, blah, blah. And the 2 of them, I guess, are buddies, actually, even outside of work, And they said, if we make a trip up there, would you kind of set us up with just the right campground to stay at? And then you wouldn't be willing to show us around next summer, would you? Well, this is a video call, and I'm seeing the two of them, and I'm going, oh, shit, yeah. And they said, what would you charge us? And I go, oh, I was going to ask that question. They both laughed. Yeah, they're in their, you can tell they're in their mid to later 20s, maybe. And they're both actually MDs. They're medical doctors. You know, they got their PhDs. They've finished their internships, and you know, they're on the surgical team. But they said, oh yeah, we definitely want to come up there. And one of them using the hospitals. I told him, don't use the hospital's internet and equipment to be looking at my fucking channel. Don't do that. I don't know. Right there, while we're talking, she pulls up my channel, and I can hear Samantha's theme song in the background because she's on the home page, the intro page. And she goes, oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. The other gal goes, oh, how do I find that? And she's got her phone. So I'll have to take a look, see if she subbed today or not. But
I could see your headstone now, Sty. Old man just released from the hospital. Had a massive heart attack. One nurse riding him and another nurse sitting on his face.
Smothered to death.
You jammed.
J. Ron saying, hell yes, you would. You can keep them warm. Well, I tell you what, guys, you know, these gals got to understand, I'm old and I'm slow, but I'm still as good once as I ever was once, you know. Once was. What the fuck? I mean, yeah, okay, anyway. And I got to stay away from stuff like that because I don't want to change the meaning to my adventure trailer.
Sorry.
Yeah, Lawn Dog, you can go in. I don't remember. I haven't done it in 3-4 months, but you can go in and actually see your subscriber list. You know, you can see who's subscribed to you. You can go in there and see your subscriber history. Yeah, it's in the analytics side. I used to do it all the time, and then I couldn't keep up with it, you know, especially when my channel started growing. So you start getting 4,000 people in that subscriber list, and you're thinking, there's this one, and I can't quite remember their name, but if I saw it, I'd know it. And you start scanning through 4,000 subs to figure out which one it was. It's a bitch. Don't do that. Yeah, you can get obsessed, you know. And you don't get any information on them except their channel. That's all. You know, it gives you access to their channel. You can go and click on it and say, oh, there's their channel. Yeah. And it lets you subscribe or unsubscribe to all of your subscribers right on that page. That I like too, is because there's a lot of people I love to subscribe to them and check out the occasional video. I can't watch everything they do, not when you got 4,000 subscribers, but I like having them subbed so that, and some of them I ring that bell because they have good content and then it pops up, but you got to find them first, you know. And if they don't tell you, I just subbed to you, well, you don't know. So you got to drill and find that list. It's in the analytics. So that's like,
I could think.
You what?
Like, go on.
Oh, no, you broke up.
No, I said I could see you getting arrested by a park ranger with them nurses.
Oh no, them park rangers, if anything, they're gonna pull in and say, "Hey, can we party with you too?"
No,
Them
I can
buggers
see
are.
you I can see you getting arrested. Old man arrested, running around naked in the woods, chasing after nurses.
Hey, Freeman James, you have a good night. Give sis a big hug for me.
Right, I'm going
Yeah,
to get my head down, Sty.
I'll keep you posted there. Yep.
Good night, Sty.
Good night, buddy. You take care of
Good night,
yourself,
running
man.
water.
Yeah, good seeing you.
Hey, running water.
Yeah.
Do you know with your head shaved? Do you know what the favourite saying is now? I can see the future and it's egg shaped.
Yeah, your crystal ball. We'll
Catch
see
you
you,
later.
brother. Yeah. No, that mini bike. That was one thing I was asking this guy too, because he had kind of like a modified Honda scooter, and it had some off-road tires on it, like that mini bike's got. I mean, the thing was pretty beefy looking. He had saddlebags on it and all kinds of crap. And he says, "Oh yeah, I go beating around on Forest Service roads and trails and that." And I said, "Have you got that road licensed?" He goes, "No. Nope. He says, "Off-road use only." He said it's considered an off-road motorcycle. I said, "Okay." And I said, "Can you use that on ATV routes, like, ATV trails and that then?" He goes, "Oh yeah, because you get a tag just like you do for an ATV." He says, "It's plated, he says, and you can go on any ATV trail with it because it's motorized." And he says, "But don't go down a walking trail." I said, "Yeah, like the one out front of my house." He goes, "Oh yeah, no shit, don't go down that." He says, "Every other house, wherever you went past, is going to call the cops." he said, "I've been stopped and told that they received 7 calls, and I only went down 4 blocks." He said, "So that's half of the people that live along that." And I said, "Well, okay, what about ATV routes through town? Because they use the streets." He goes, "If it's ATV trail legal, it's ATV route legal." He said, "Yeah, you can ride it around town as long as you stay on the ATV route." And he said, "And by the way, get an Ashland ATV route map and you'll find out you can go anywhere." He says, "Sometimes you got to go 2 blocks past and around and come back the other way." But he said, "You can get there from here on an ATV route." Boy, he had my interest going. Boy, that's what I want to do is once we get it tagged, I'll ride that thing down to the old tower where I live. Let them old farts see me come rolling in on that thing. Say, "Hey, anybody want to go off road?"
Well, and see what I had planned on it, because I've talked to a few different people that own them, and then watching the YouTube videos on that specific model and stuff.
Yeah.
Like modifications, changes, and stuff. Like changing out the headlights to an LED light. Get better visibility on the headlight.
Now, when it comes to those, I know a fella. There ain't nobody in this country that knows that Coleman bike better than this guy. In fact, and it's an absolute fact, he received the first 3 ever put in production, 2 of which had to be off-road, rideable, ready to go off-road. One of them had to be all tricked out as a marketing mini bike. That's what this guy does. He gets ATVs, UTVs, all of these from all the manufacturers. he assembles them. They come to him in pieces, and he assembles them and puts them back together, ships them back to the manufacturers for their marketing campaigns. And man, he was showing me pictures here. He's got a red one, a black one, and an orange one. And he was explaining how you can't buy a black one in Wisconsin. You can't buy a red one in Wisconsin. You can have it shipped to Wisconsin, but you got to buy it in a different state because they're regional and they're colored. Only orange ones are sold in our region. Black ones are sold, for example, the West Coast. The red ones, East Coast, and a blue one, Southwest. And that was so cool to hear that, how they did that. He said they're the exact same mini bike, just different colors.
To simplify the logistics.
Yeah, he said that's exactly what it was about, is as they came off the production line, if it's orange, you know what states it's going to. It ain't going to no other state. It's got to go to one of these 5 states or 10 states. If it's a red one, it's got to go to these 10 states. And that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Oh, yeah, Colin. Yeah, road trips. Next summer, I'm going to be doing some road trips. Yeah, me, you bet. Mystic Bunny said, we got our Honda 70 trail bikes ready to go and come up and ride with you next summer, Sty. There you go. I was telling Running Water, see, I was going to buy that damn thing. And he sneaks out and buys it. Little shit. And he goes, well, you might as well use this one. You know, I ain't there. You know, use it when I'm not home. Okay. I mean, what the fuck? And it's not good for him to just sit forever and never get used. You know, just like his truck. I try to start it and drive it around the block a couple times every week. Keep the fluids moving. Keep everything working. But you mentioned the Honda 70s. Oh, yeah. I had a Honda 70 back years ago when they were first coming out with them. But I was telling Running Water, on my adventure trailer, you know, the back door of it is a big hatch door that flops down and it's a ramp, right? Well, there's no room in the trailer to put that mini bike. Because I got the kayak in there, I got the generator in there, I got the refrigerator in there, there's just no room. Okay. There's got to be a way around that, right? So I was coming up with all kinds of ideas, and I was talking to this guy about a month ago, and he goes, you know what you can do? He says, you put a receiver underneath the tail end of your trailer, right at the tailgate. So it ends right at the tailgate. So you can drop the tailgate and never have to worry about hitting the receiver. He says, you'll have to have a cross mount that takes in the whole frame of the trailer, you know, so it can handle weight. And he says, and you get one of them luggage carriers that slide into the receiver. And he says, and just take a nice, get yourself a nice 12-inch wide plank or build yourself a ramp, and you ride it up onto that, and you strap it all down to that tailgate hauler. And now you're hauling it behind your trailer. It doesn't interfere with any of your lighting. It's just the right width. He says, and you can take the mini bike with you. That's the problem, though. There's only certain national forest campgrounds I can take that to and actually fire it up in the campground. Now, like the 2 campgrounds I had last year, Beaver Lake and East Twin Lake, you can take it off that rack and use your camper, but you ain't riding that thing in the campground. No. But then I got to thinking, well, if I want to ride that bike, I'll boondock. I'll go out in the Forest Service, and I'll find a nice spot to boondock and just go riding around out in that country, you know. Yeah. Oh, the Barons would be a blast on that little thing.
Well, it's the in those boxes there, well, the tanks haven't shipped yet.
Mhm.
Those they're saying that they should be arriving next.
Uh-huh.
I was waiting on those, but those 2 tanks,
Right.
because to balance it out.
Yeah.
But in one of those boxes that are already there is a canvas saddlebag that will go over the top of those. And then
Over the tanks.
yeah, and then you'll have packing room, so
Right.
you can take and throw little pump tents and supplies and
Yeah.
just,
Go out for a weekend camp, Yep. Now I saw a video the other day. This guy used a small little 12-volt riding lawnmower battery, and he says it ran his CPAP machine all one night. They don't hold a lot of juice, those little 12s. And he said he was able to operate his CPAP for 10 hours off of that battery. Well, that's pretty good. Shit, yeah, I could go out and do overnighters and
it's a mobile power pack.
yeah.
You should try that out, see how well that works.
Yeah. See how much time a person can get off of it. Yeah.
Because it's got the 110 and the USB outputs on it. Try to see what it says. It doesn't have the watt hours on the label. It was something like 45,000 milliamp hours or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know how that plays out, converts out to
right
amp hours, because that's what I got to look at is amp hours and wattage. Can it handle 90 watts for how long? You have to do a little bit of number crunching to figure it out. So somewhere in my system, I've got this worksheet for it where I can just plug in the size of the source, and I've already got the information for the CPAP machine in already locked in. So put the size of the power supply in there, and it'll give me the number of hours of operation. Yeah. Yeah, Mystic Bunny, the old 70s. Yeah, loved them. A buddy of mine owned a Honda motorcycle and a snowmobile retail store. And he'd go to all these different shows. And that's how I ended up with my 70 was I did a lot of shows for him. I'd haul sometimes as many as 30 bikes on a flatbed trailer to these shows. And I did it for him so many times at no cost to him. I just did it to help him out. One day he told me, he says, leave one of them bikes on the trailer and drop it off at your house. And I said, ooh, yeah, okay. Yeah. And that damn bike only had about 15 hours of use on it. And yeah, I beat the hell out of it. Hey, you have a good night, Mystic Bunny. Yeah, we're going to have to wrap this up, guys. We're over the 2-hour mark now, and I do have to go eat my shrimp. And I got, there's a few calories in them, especially with all the butter that's going to be on them. But I gotta take a look at what else I'm going to eat with them that'll jack up my calories for the day. Running water, you shouldn't have touched nothing. So I want to thank everybody.
I'm fine. I was just checking a message that came in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because that's what you freeze up when you use a different feature on it. So yeah, see, he's doing that now. But I want to thank you all for being here tonight. It was great. Just for everybody's information, there's only going to be, I believe, I take a quick look at the schedule. There's going to be one, two. There's only going to be two more around the campfires. Next week's on the 14th. And then the one on the 21st is going to be a farewell for now around the campfire. It's actually going to have a title to it. Farewell for now. There will be a Sty Story Sunday this Sunday. There'll be a Sty Story Sunday on the 24th, possibly. I don't know. But it looks like, or on the 17th, there will be. The 10th and the 17th, there'll be Sty Story Sundays. Oh, and I take that back. The 14th and the 21st. Yeah, so we got 4 more live streams before I head off for my hospital deal. And when that's done, it's going to be at least 2 weeks, if not 4 weeks, before I'll be live again. But I got a few videos. I did that wood splitter review, and I've got 2 waterfall visits that I did earlier. And I'm going to schedule those to post while I'm offline for a couple of weeks. So look forward to that, folks. Yeah, you're right, Lawn Dog. You could beat the heck out of them machines, the 70s and the Trail 90. Yeah, you betcha. They were good sellers too, man. They were good sellers. I take them to them shows, and usually I come back with only half a trailer of bikes. Yeah, sell them all off at the shows. Yeah, but so with that, guys, as usual, Sty loves y'all. Y'all stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Look forward to seeing you Sunday if you can make it. And I'm going to grab that gal in the fur coat. She's a hell of a dancer. And I'm going to dance my way off the porch, and we'll see all on Sunday. Good night, guys.
Y'all.